Hey guys, Thunderstud here, and today we are doing a Laval revisit. I love Lavals, very cool archetype, very special archetype. They weren't ever meta, they were decent, probably cog-worthy, definitely, but never meta. We got a few new support cards. This is a specific Laval support card, Laval Magma Cannoneer, to twice per turn. You can send one fire monster from your hand to the graveyard and inflict 250 damage to your opponent. You're not doing it for the damage, you're doing it for throwing monsters in the graveyard, because once our Laval girls, these Laval ladies, are in the graveyard, they can do other things. They can get banished by Dustflame Blast, which will banish all your Lavals. Then you get to destroy cards equal to the number of Lavals you banished. Kind of like an Overflow, but it was around before Overflow, so it's a pretty cool card. And we got another new card called Rekindling. You guys have told me about this card for a while, waiting for it to come into Duel Links. Needed for Flame Veil and all those kind of fire archetypes, but special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters as possible with 200 defense. Banish them during the end phase. Don't gotta worry about that banish, because even if they are banished, we pull them right out with our Laval Cannon. When this card is normal summon or flip summon, target one of your banished Lavals, grab them. Another way to banish is with our Lakeside Lady. If this card is in your graveyard and you have 3 Laval monsters with different names in your graveyard, banish this card, one other Laval monster, target a set card, can be a monster or a spell, and you destroy it. Maiden's in here, she's our level 1. She mills your deck further once you mill her, so she's very important for getting 3 in your graveyard for Lakeside Lady and for big Dustflame Blasts. Obviously, Cannoneer will help toss some monsters in the graveyard, but the main way to do it is Molten Conduction Field. So you send 2 level monsters, deck to graveyard, usually going to be Lakeside Lady, send 1 maiden, that triggers her effect, send a second maiden, that triggers her effect, send the third maiden, that triggers her effect. Then you could send like your level 2 tuner, or just an extra Cannoneer, whatever you need to get those 3 lava monsters in the graveyard so your maiden can start popping some set cards. So they gave us a new Xyz monster, Laval Ignis. This card attacks or is attacked during the damage step. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card once per battle. This card will gain 500 attack until the end of this turn. So he bumps up to a 2300. He's only 1800 to level 3s. Not super useful, but still possible. If we were to bring out our Lakeside Ladies with, let's say, Rekindling, we'd summon them both. Obviously can't do anything with 2 tuners, so we could Xyz them into our Laval Ignis. But generally you're not going to be using him. I'd say the monsters you're using the most are Zeta and Laval Dragon. You can shuffle 2 Laval monsters from your graveyard into your main deck, target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to hand. Very strong, almost like a Brio, but you're using that graveyard you filled with monsters, and hopefully haven't banished yet. Then you know what Zeta does. We also have another level 7 option in Stenin. He's 2700, so he's likely your strongest monster. You can send a card from your hand, you can banish 1 level monster, negate the activation of a card that targets you. Very good stuff. Then we got Brios, Black Rose, Armades, all that kind of stuff. A very diverse extra deck for them. And we're using the new skill Fire Reload, because most of our boys are Pyro. The only boy who's not Pyro is Cannon. So it's a good way to get to Cannon, get rid of all these tuners. If you get a bunch of tuners in your hand, Fire Reload's actually a really good skill for a deck like this that's mostly Pyro. So it works out pretty well. I'm sure you guys are noticing a bunch of my background changes and my audio issues and stuff like that. Lots of zany stuff going on in my life right now. But we're still putting out the videos daily. After Christmas, I'm going to get a better mic than I've ever had before, so things are going to sound better than they ever had before. So just hang in there a little longer, we'll get things going, and I hope you enjoy this Laval revisit. Alright, here's a Zane Truesdale. Go in second. It's using Taya and Dark Magician Girl Sleeve and Matt over there. Very good hands. We have our boy Cannoneer. We have a Conduction Field, we have a Rekindling. But we are facing quite the formidable field with a Cyber Dragons. You know he has that Overflow. So here we go, guys. Conducting Field, we throw away Lake Lady, Handmaiden triggers, throws away our second one, after a couple hand maintenance. That was a couple hand maintenance. And we destroy the perfect one. We hit the overflow. He searches fusion though, which makes me think he has a second overflow already down there. That's no big deal. We use our Cannoneer to throw away the other tuners in our hand. Then we use Rekindling, bring those two tuners back out. I was gonna chain Synchro. We could do a 5, then into a 6. But we're just going into a straight 7. That means this girl will get banished, but that's okay. Works well with Cannoneer, like I said, so it's not like you've lost that card. We'll still get the Cannoneer to our level 6 monsters. Here, searching a core, has his Cyberlove Fusion. Uses Cyber Fusion support. Cyber Style, lots of the word cyber now. Fusion Gate. Uses his fusion support though, that's where you go wrong. Goes into End Dragon first. This is all where you've gone wrong. You gotta go to a Rampage, mill to the graveyard with the Rampage, then use your fusion support. Then you'll have plenty to make this End Dragon. And you'll have a Rampage Dragon waiting right there with you. So the boy kind of messed up his flow there. Tries to hit us just with the End Dragon. Now he's trying to chain a Cyberlove Fusion. Makes an Over Dragon, but he had to banish a bunch of stuff to do it. And it's going to destroy the rest of his field. And he actually got rid of his End Dragon from my Zeta, so we've already broke this field, a 2400 monster, because Zeta's going to come back. His End Dragon isn't going to come back. We get our Laval Cannon, just like I said, he would grab from our banish pool. We'd do another Synchro and end him easy. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's Paradox Brothers. Go in second. No extra deck for our boy over there. I wonder what that means. Handful of tuners. We need our Cannoneer. We get a Conduction Field, which isn't the greatest, because now we can only throw one Maiden. We're going to throw away Cannoneer. That lets us use Maiden. We banish the 2 tuners. Destroy the Microcell. Rekindling. Fire Reload. More of our cannon, more of our tuners. Now remember, he was Rekindling, he was not normal summoned. We normal summoned our cannon, grabbed a tuner, that's a Zeta, Cannoneer doing a little damage, Cannoneer doing even more damage, and then we're just swinging for a nice casual lethal over Battery Men. He would have got a flip effect had we not destroyed him with that Lady of the Lake. If we hadn't destroyed him with that Lady of the Lake, we wouldn't have had the tuner for the cannon. If we didn't have Fire Reload, we wouldn't have even had the cannon. So all the elements of the decks in that duel. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a new school Seto Kaiba going first. When you go first, you usually want to see your Dust Flame Blast. He's using Ultimate Dragons. And speak of the devil, there's Dust Flame Blast with a Conduction Field. We also have a Cannoneer and plenty of, or one thing to throw away from our hand. Here we're using some Maidens. Get our Sprite, get our Lady of the Lake, use a Cannoneer, throw away that other Maiden. Now that's a fat Dust Flame Blast, guys. That's 5 cards. So I don't think he could even put 5 cards on the field unless he used a spell card. Here, do us a favor and set a card before you use that Cosmic Cyclone. So our Dust Blast, although we banished 5 levels and only destroy 1 card, still worth it after we could have gone way worse if he just Cosmic Cycloned outright. So here we're going to normal summon a tuner. We already had our Cannoneer. That's our boy Zeta, super strong card. Hit him for 2500, he's down to 250. That's one Cannoneer throwing away stuff. But here, he thinks he's got it. He uses his Ultimate Dragons, gets that Poly, uses that Poly. Trying to do that Blue Eye stuff, goes with the Twin Burst. But he's no match for Zeta. Zeta's just gonna grab him and banish him, and he says, ha, well I have a follow-up, I'll attack you with my Maiden of Eyes of Blue. I'm not scared of her. Zeta comes back. Top deck that cannon with the Heart of the Cards. Bring out a Hand Maiden. That's our dragon. Got plenty in the graveyard to work with. Send 2. Target that Maiden. We're not afraid of her effect. Bring out another Blue Eyes. We are not scared. Here it comes. In attack position, no less. That just... Come on, man. You gotta get ready for Beta. Or Zeta. If he was defense, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So... We use Laval Dragon once more. It's not once per turn. Nothing here says once per turn. So we send another 2 from the graveyard to the deck. We returned his Twin Burst. Zeta took out the Blue Eyes with his Banish effect. And then Laval Dragon was free to swing. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yusei. Go in second. He's using the Enforcers on his mat. He's got a Junk Warrior on his sleeve. He's all for it. Sets one monster. We have a pretty varied hand. We should be able to do something with this. We go with our Molten Conduction. Send a Maiden and a Lady of the Lake. That sends another Maiden, which sends another Sprite. Now Lady of the Lake uses her effect, banishes that Sprite. We hit that face down. Now Lava Cannon has a choice, but we're still going to choose that Lady of the Lake. Now we can fire reload. He was the only warrior holding us back, and he's gone. And look at that. 2 kindling. Very, very good fire reload, guys. You do not want the tuners in your hand. You want rekindling in your hand, because that's tuners on the field. So we hit our boy for 2,500. He says it's not over yet. He's going for a solar recharge. Get that draw power. Brings out a quick draw. Summons a Quill Bolt. That's a Nitro Warrior. That means it's time for Zeta to do his thing. Banish that monster out of our face. Now he's going to normal summon a Junk Synchron. He's not even done, guys. He's got follow-ups. That brings out a Quill Bolt right into a Junk Warrior. He says, what's our mateys? We're going full-on Junk Warrior. Get that cutscene. Probably boost him up with the skill. He's got the Junk Warrior on his sleeve. That means he's all about it. We'll even watch the cutscene for him. So, Junk Warrior, not much he really does after that. Synchro boost that Warrior, 2,800. Gonna hurt us a little, but not too much. Remember, 2 Rekindlings, guys. We even got a Molten. We're gonna be just fine. We normal summon our Cannoneer. Now we're gonna use 1 Rekindling. Bring out that 1. That's a Laval Dragon. Now we're gonna Molten for even more fuel for our Laval Dragon. Maiden mills another. So tons of fuel. We return 2. That boy's gone. Return 2 again. That boy's gone. Now this is a bit of a flex. You can use Rekindling more than once per turn. So we were going to turn that 6 into a 7. Or that 5 into a 6. Whatever we wanted to do. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here we are facing a Yuma. Going first. Going second. Always using those 6 Samurai Sleeve and Mat. So we have Rekindling. We have Cannoneer. We're fighting Gagaga. He's using that skill I still do not have. I cannot believe I still don't have that skill. I can't even make these Gagaga decks. That deck, or that skill, is clearly the best skill, and I still don't have it. Anyway, he's going into a 6 XCs, which is kind of annoying because Force Focus could shut down a few monsters in our deck, but we got all this Dust Flame Blast, so we're going to be just fine. Cannoneer throws away that Handmaiden, set a Dust Blast, swing over that coat he brought out, sets a card. We're going to Dust Flame Blast that Force Focus, is that saying? So it doesn't really do much for him. Here we're going to normal summon our Laval Cannon. That brings out our Handmaiden from our Banish pool. That's Laval Dragon. Laval Dragon's going to return 2. That means we get to return 1. We try to return a Forbidden Lance. He's going to put that on us. We didn't have lethal anyway. But now we have even less lethal. Still right within range. Triple digits of life points for our boy. We had a Dust Flame to fall back on if he destroyed anything, but he just scoops after the draw. So I love Lavals, guys. I've been playing Lavals before we even got their good support, back when it was just some nonsense disconnected archetype in Duel Links that was unplayable. I was still playing it, and I love to see him doing well. Rekindling is as strong as you guys promised. You guys kept saying Rekindling. Here it is, very strong card. I can see why it was limited in the TCG, because you could probably summon 5 monsters with it and just do insane stuff. But I hear it's a little more fair. It's only 3 monster zones in Duel Links, so we are different. It's a different game. Rekindling can be safe. They even made it ultra rare, which is pretty, it's pretty bold. So they know what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.